I was having a deep think about leaving a job I've been in for 9, almost 10 years now, and it's a well-paying job. It's probably up around like the the $180,000 $200,000 mark, depending how many hours you work and things like that. So it's decent pay, but it's probably the most unfulfilling thing of my entire life. And I feel like as a man, like 29 years old, getting on to 30 years old now, this is the prime time of my life where I don't have the responsibility of kids and a mortgage and things like that, and I can take these massive risks in my life. But I don't know if any of you guys can relate to this, but it's so fearful to leave into the unknown. It's like, okay, this job is not serving me, it's not fulfilling, it doesn't make me happy, I get nothing out of it, it makes me feel like I'm wasting the best years of my life, but at the same time it's paying me an income. And I don't know if it's worth the trade-off anymore. Like, I think, is it worth it to continue to trade my time for this money? And how long do I have to do this for? Like, to get any sort of financial freedom going by this route, it's going to still take like 20, 30 years of, getting the money, saving it, making some hopeful smart investments. It's not like, by the time I'm, 40, I'm going to be set. It's going to be like, 55, 60, with the cost of living, the cost of house prices in Australia now. I don't see working a job as a pathway forward for true financial success. And not even that. It's not even that I want like financial success and all this shit. You just want to feel free. I just want to feel free and want to do something, derive true pleasure, true passion from, and something I feel like I'm actually making a difference to the world in. I want to go out and explore and adventure. Like, I think of these old famous adventurers who conquered the world and like circumnavigated the world before it was mapped out. And I think, damn, like, if I could be anything, I reckon it'd be sick to be an adventurer. But it seems like you can't do that now. What, you can't be realistic. You're going to tell someone you're 29, 30 years old and you're going to be an adventurer. I don't know. It sounds a bit crazy. But again, like, each to their own. It may not be crazy. There's probably guys out there my age that are absolutely living and loving this lifestyle, traveling the world from location to location, because they've managed to find a way to get some sort of financial freedom and location freedom, which I haven't been fortunate enough to come across yet. And it's sort of, I don't know, it sort of breaks you living in this society. You look at other people and you compare, like, how do they stick to the job for so long? How do they stick to a job for 30, 40 years and just do it? Don't they ever think to themselves, like, this is not for me, I want something more, I want to see more, I want to experience more? Like, I don't know, the way I'm really leaning towards is giving it all away and using like the money I've saved, some of the money I've saved, on having an experience and literally traveling the world, going to Europe and living in Europe for like a month or two and using my money on experiences. And I don't know if I'll regret it later, and not regret like not buying the big fancy house and the fancy car and all that stuff. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just keep working and hopefully one day be satisfied with that. But I don't know, deep inside I don't think I'll ever be satisfied working that 9 to 5. It just doesn't seem fulfilling at all. It's sad. It's like you don't know what you want. You're asked what you want to do when you're 18, when you leave school, and you do that. You go to uni or you do an apprenticeship, you get into a job. And it takes some time to realize. And some people, I don't think they ever truly wake up. They never realize. They're just stuck in that loop, that autopilot, the Groundhog Day. Go to sleep, go to work, go to sleep, go to work. And it boggles my mind. It plays on my mind to think, how can people be stuck in that loop and not think what else is out there? Like, do people not want to venture out into the unknown and see? Because it plays on my mind all the time. And that's one of the things that I'm fearful of. It's like, so I venture out and explore and travel the world, and I'm like, shit, subconsciously you compare yourself to other people, and you're like, well, I'm going and enjoying myself, traveling the world and adventuring and living my life. There's people out there that are stuck in a 9 to 5, but they don't care that they're stuck. They're ignorant to the fact, and they just keep working and working and working. And it's like, should I be doing that too? Like, what am I foregoing for that? And you try to plan for the future for the next 10 years, and you think, where am I going to end up? And it's hard because you don't know. It's like you don't know where or how things are going to come about. You can only connect the dots looking back. You can't look forward and think, oh, when I get to here and connect the dots, because it just doesn't work. You can only look back and connect the dots. But I don't know, this video is a bit of a ramble, and I don't know if any of you guys can relate, just being stuck in a job you get no pleasure from. There's so much you want to do, but you don't know how you can do it or how you want to do it. You just know that there's something bigger than what's going on right now. There's a greater purpose for you to be here, and you have a greater duty, something bigger to do. But you don't know what it is yet, or you might know what it is, but you don't know how you're going to do it. And you hear all these things like, manifestation and all this, and like, when's it going to happen? Like, when does it work? I don't know. Again, I've said I don't know 1,000 times now because I literally do not know. But all I know is I don't want to be doing this forever. In this construction job, in this, 10-hour days, sitting in an hour traffic to get to work, sitting in an hour of traffic to get home, getting home completely wrecked and tired, and still managing to, go to the gym and eat my food and stuff and work on my little online coaching business I've got, trying to help other people get in shape. But all that's on my mind is wanting to help people, wanting to help young men break free of this 9-to-5 bullshit, break free of this matrix, of this prison, whatever you want to call it. But how can I help other people break free when I haven't truly broken free yet myself? That's what I think. Like, I haven't actually broken free. I've got a decent amount of savings. I could probably live off my savings for multiple years in Europe and travel the world for 5 years and not have to worry. But at the end of that, I'd still have to come back and do something. So what is it? What is the thing that's going to lead to that true sense of freedom, that true sense of accomplishment, that fulfillment, that satisfaction, knowing that you've left a greater impact? And I guess that's what sort of led me to make this video and make these videos, is to sort of lead by example and jump into the deep end. And I think that's going to be my next move forward, in leaving a stable 9-to-5, well-paying job into the unknown and seeing what I can make of my life. Doing everything, being fully responsible for my own income, not having to rely on someone or something or a company for my income. I want to be completely self-sufficient. I don't care if it pays me like half the money what I'm making now. But just the fact that I can be self-sufficient, being in that thought, knowing I do things when I want, I do things on my terms, is worth more money than anything. Like, that is the biggest achievement, I think. That's what gives me satisfaction, and knowing that I'm doing it for the right reason, to help other people to get there. And however that comes about, I don't know. But I think it's time to take the risk, to jump and to go all in on yourself and bet on yourself and realize who the fuck you are. Like, you didn't get here by chance. You have a bloodline of ancestors that have literally died and bled for you to be here right now. And they didn't die and bleed for you to sit in the cushy 9-to-5 and follow the status quo and be, imprisoned by these bullshit system rules. They want you to take risks, I think. They've taken massive risks. They've left their countries with nothing but a suitcase and some clothes, and they've gone to a foreign country where they couldn't even speak the language for you to be here today. Not for you to sit in a 9-to-5. It's for you to take the next leap. How are you going to carry on that legacy, that whatever it took your bloodline to get here today, how can you carry on that massive risk, that massive legacy that's led you to be here? And that's what I think. That's what really sort of motivates me. That's what makes me not be able to stick to a 9-to-5. That's what makes me hate working for something that I have no passion for, because it's like, your ancestors did so much to get you here, not for you to just sit in this shitty job that you hate, that you can't wait for the weekends, you can't wait for the Monday to, you can't wait for the Saturday and Sundays to hit, but you hate the Monday to Friday. You grind it out and you bury your head in the sand, pretending everything's okay until the weekend comes, and then, you drown out your pain with, you go out and drink and smoke, whatever you do, take drugs, all this shit, all this degenerate stuff that's out there that makes people forget how painful the 70% of their life is working the 9-to-5. But, if you're following this, I'm going to try everything I've got, everything, all the accesses, all the resources I have access to try to break out of this 9-to-5 and to really get some sort of freedom happening from just being a construction worker in Australia to creating a decent amount of financial freedom where I can live life on my terms, and at the same time, not just live on my terms, but help people along the way and bring you guys up. So stick around for the journey. There's going to be some big moves coming forward, some massive risks on my behalf that I hope inspire some of you guys, some big risks and some things that I hope I don't look back on in the future and regret, but who knows? I guess at the end of the day, it's like Monopoly. When you die, you're not going to take none of it with you anyway, so fuck it. Let's see. Let's start playing life on risky mode. Let's change the mode from NPC mode to main character mode. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video.